Mr. Brannaman, are you there?
I'm here. How are you guys?
All right, but give him a round of applause, everyone. Thank you for meeting with us today. Everyone here just got done watching the film, and very, very good show. So thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy schedule. My name's Greg Younger. I work here at the Circle Cinema, and I want to say just a couple of things real quick. Congratulations on David Letterman last night. Did you ever think that you would make it onto the Letterman show?
No, that's kind of thing that happens every day to a fella.
No, it's not. So very impressive. Well, I'm just going to turn it over. Actually, one more thing I need to say. We're going to have a couple of people here tonight after one of the other features that they're going to do a Q&A after the film. Let's see, Ryan and Rebecca Brand. I think they attended one of your seminars out in Grove, Oklahoma. So they're going to come in and talk about that a little bit tonight. So anyway, I just want to go ahead and open it up for any questions that we may have.
How was the Letterman experience?
I'm sorry, say again?
How was your experience on Letterman? Was it what you anticipated? Your interview we watched last night.
Well, I'll tell you, I didn't know what to expect because, with what I do for a living, I take it real serious. And sometimes, those kind of guys, you wonder about it, if they're going to, sort of be the court jester and maybe take it in a different direction than what you'd hoped. But he didn't, and I was real pleased. And he seems like a nice fella. He ran a little bit long the first day when I was supposed to be on the episode with Cameron Diaz and Eddie Vedder, which was really kind of neat because, as you guys heard Eddie Vedder's song at the end, I thought it was just really a cool deal that I was going to get to meet him. And then, of course, he ran a little bit long with Cameron Diaz, which I guess I don't blame him all that much. So it kind of put our deal off a couple of days.
Any other questions?
Hi. I was wondering, I missed your film at Mountain Film, and that's why I came today. And I wondered if anybody had sort of taken this idea of working together with the horses instead of exploitation and then drawn a sort of something togetherness with like the thing they did with the coal mining and the mountaintop removal and all, Tom Shadyac and all those people together. Were you able to interact in a level that's past or sort of beyond with the horses?
Well, it's interesting that what we'd hoped for in doing this documentary, that people that weren't necessarily horse people would get the message in this, that these things that I've learned through the horses and learned through my life with horses would transcend the horses, so they would understand how it does relate to your relationships and how we treat one another and how we communicate with one another and how you can't necessarily have any luck with a human being trying to force your will on them any more than you can with a horse. And I was pleased in that people did get the point to that.
I was just wondering how you view your own personal horse, or horses in general. Do you see them as pets, or is it someone who works for you? Is it like a family member? I know it's probably a mixture of all those, but could you address that?
Well, it probably is a mixture of all of those because they are pets, really. But just because they are, it doesn't mean that they can't respect you and work for you and work with you. And more beyond pets, they're really partners to me. We work together, and no different than two dancers work together. To me, that's what it is a dance. And in order for it to truly be a dance, both beings have to be willing and want to be there.
I
think that it is a wonderful thing you do, and for all the people that can be around horses, we're in horse country here, but a lot of people have never been on a horse or be around a horse. Do you think it could ever translate to like dogs or something where more people could connect and work through their problems like you're doing that for people with horses?
Well, I really think so, and that was sort of my intent to this, that it wasn't just a matter of making a film, that we really did something good through this, and something else that I really thought about is, amazingly enough, there's probably going to be a few million people see this film, and through this, I guess I hope that maybe there'll be some people who leave the theater feeling like, I really don't care much if I end up like Buck Brannaman, but I sure wouldn't mind end up being like Betsy Shirley, and maybe give some kids that nobody cares about or loves a home.
Mr. Brannaman, I have a quick question. Early on in the film, you use a quote that I was familiar with because I own the Horse Whisperer and have forever, and it was neat to see your involvement with that film. But the quote was, "I don't help people with horse problems. I help horses with people problems." And I know that line also was in the film as well. And since you worked on the film, is that something that you took from the film and have been able to use at your seminars, or is it a quote that you had been saying through the past that they put into the film?
No, it's something that I say all the time to people, and Redford, he's a pretty quick study, and when he heard me say that in a clinic, immediately he perked up and thought, I'm using that. I wish I'd thought of that.
Very good.
Mr. Brannaman, we loved your documentary, and I just want to know one thing. Any plans on coming to Tulsa, Oklahoma anytime soon?
Well, I do a clinic in kind of in your backyard, and I'm even going to pronounce it right. It's near Miami, and I've been going to right around Bonita there. I've been going for a few years, and dang, I look forward to that clinic every year. Just love the people there, I have to tell you, and plus, by the time I roll in there, I've just spent about 4 months at 25 below zero in Wyoming, so everything about you guys looks good to me that time of year.
That's good to hear. Anybody else? We've got one last question, then we'll let you get back to your schedule, sir.
Do you think, again, to make this a big, wonderful thing that it is, it has the potential to be to help all these kids and help grown-ups too, that you could get those movie star types like Letterman and Redford and Diaz to kind of sponsor some of this to make it bigger, have more people like you to help kids?
Well, thank you. It's, I guess to me, the biggest influence that's been on me in my life, aside from Ray Hunt and Tom Dorrance with horses and all they've taught me, the fact that I had someone like Betsy and Forrest Shirley come into my life was a life-changing thing for me, and hopefully there will be, maybe it's just that this dose of reality is something we all need about right now, and because interestingly enough, here I was in Hollywood last week, and you wouldn't think anything real would appeal to them, but sure enough it did. So I think there's hope.
Mr. Brennan, we've got time for one last question. Anybody else? Are we good? Sir, thank you so much for doing this. And we're very pleased at the Circle to be hosting this film for a few weeks. So again, we want to say thank you for taking out the time and give another round of applause. Mr. Brannaman, thank you very much, and we hope to see you around this neck of the woods sometime soon. And good luck on the remainder of the showings and all of your travels. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm very humbled you guys stuck around and wanted to visit with me. I hope I see you down the road.
Very good. Have a good day, sir.